in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set up. 10 Lobo. General West. Let him know.
The first carry down for Dalvin Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch the pass. Watch the shift. Topper. Tight go. Smooth. Hey, check 24.
Second and 6. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. Look at it. 58 to Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Play action. It's Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
Let's go one more.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is fielded at the 27. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Here I come. Here I come.
61, matchbox, lights.
Do. Switch. Pick the edge.
Come again.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ready? 10-2 start.
Watch it slap.
Now.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Off the play fake. Herbert. Complete. Smith has it. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken in at the 22. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner is giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting.
Stephon Diggs, past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. PAT up and good by Rosas. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First down at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing again. Newton. He's going to look deep for more. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a gain of 34. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They find some open field here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now a run with Cook. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch 54. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Eight. Watch the slant. Check that.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Ready? Watch the screen. 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 Eight.
From the gun, here's Newton. And it's caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 17 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
64, weak.
Watch the safety creep. Bang, 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 bang.
Big grip.
Off play action. Herbert. He's got Smith here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along, and hope someone would come free.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
General West. 6 guys. 5.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 22.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Let's get up.
Squeeze.
From the gun, Herbert. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line.
Let's go. 10 Lobo.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Let's go.
reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tony Pollard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 47-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10.
218, chop.
Check.
Hey, box drop.
Operating from the gun. Herbert flush to his right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert, and he's able to find Diggs. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Herbert. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Tighten down. There you go.
Looking to throw. Herbert escaping, and he's going to go down again. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd and 12, Newton eluding the pressure right. He's going to look deep for more. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 78 yards as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
61. Match.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Here we go, here we go. 50, plant.
Check, Mike 42.
I got him.
Greystone, travel.
Check 13.
42 is the mic, boys, 42. 42 is the mic.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Watch that.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike's 42.
Smile.
On third down, Herbert. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was something guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Herbert. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Packers' 28-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check three.
Hey, Alpha. Topper.
Watch twins.
Johnson's got it complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
218, chopper.
Check 9.
Big Griffin.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Greg!
On 2nd and inches, Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
We go! 10-2
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Keep it up, guys.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here we go.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner. Everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Off play action. Herbert. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 9. On third down, it's Pollard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. His longest run of the game right there, and a pretty good time for it. A huge third down conversion late.
Love the mindset. Love the way he flipped the switch late in the game, needed a big run, and helped produce it with great leverage from the offensive line. But you also know what happens, too. The defense stacks the line. So if you can break through that first barrier, there's usually plenty of room to run.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 36 yards on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now here's Pollard. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Rosas good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At their 48-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Here's Pollard again. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
First down, Minnesota.
Ready? 18, Gator. 44. General West.
Check 31, check 31.
Hey, high 7. Get it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Rosas now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. Being chased out left. And that's incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Off play action. Newton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?"
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Newton. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Set, 180.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. And we're pretty quiet.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
58.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. He's got his man, Boyd. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Newton now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Again, Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Slam. Here go.
To throw is Newton. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Defense all day. Kill.
Check 52.
Watch twist. Hey.
They fake the give. Newton sliding out of the pocket. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st.
Here we go.
At the 46-yard line.
Right 54. I'm trying to collect.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they could look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them. and continue to get better at what they do, but they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Minnesota, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.